We're live.
All right, guys, we're live. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Welcome to Public Works Committee meeting. And first up, we have Desiree Edwards for reappointment to the Human Rights Commission.
Okay.
Welcome.
Good. How are you? Oh, you didn't say good. How are you?
You were just here last year.
I know. Well, I didn't realize I was coming in on a half commission appointment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
taking over for them, and so I got the notice saying, "Hey, can you come in and reapply for this year?" And I was like, "You know what? Sure. I'll come in and say hello to everybody again."
So tell us, you all know her? Is everybody good? Do you have questions?
Well,
Yeah.
just I do have a couple new faces. Desiree Edwards, born and raised here, Tulsa, Oklahoma. My wife and I live out in East Tulsa. We have with our 4 littles at home: Daisy, Avery, Evelyn, and little Miss Adeline, who's 3 months old now. I am very active in the community. I've served on the OKQ board, Youth Services of Tulsa, YWCA, the Tyke Rose Foundation. Like, I'm super passionate. And so whenever I was asked to join the Women's Commission, whenever they were going over the childcare thing, I was like, absolutely. I've got littles at home. This makes great sense. I've got firsthand experience. And then being on that commission, they asked if I would be the volunteer to represent the Women's Commission on the Human Rights Commission. So I was like, absolutely, 100%.
Well, good.
That's why I'm here.
Well,
So
thank you.
fortunate to have you.
So good.
So fortunate.
I love this city.
Yes. Councilor Nelson.
Since you've been serving in both capacities, one, thank you for, when we restructured the Human Rights Commission, I've mentioned this before, we knew that would create the circumstance in which some people were by nature then serving on 2 commissions, which may mean that they're serving on who knows how many committees. So thank you for doing all of that. If there's any, I mentioned this, I always say this to other people too, but having participated in that commission, I know you could then feel that if there's certain policy recommendations or things that you would want to recommend to the mayor or council, that's like, okay, let's get the whole commission to vote on it, let's check with all the other Title V commissions, and that can be quite a long process. If there are any policy recommendations or things you think that we should be looking at this table, please don't hesitate to let us know. It could just be you as an individual, you don't have to wait for the full commission to 100% dive in. I just know that can be a long process, but you're getting to see a lot from serving on 2 commissions.
Yep.
So if there is an issue you think should be discussed related to either commission, if you already have something in mind now, let us know, but just in general, please don't hesitate to reach out or feel like you have to wait to get a big commission vote for something to happen.
I appreciate that. No, both commissions are really well organized and are really working on some good material for the. I would say just emphasizing the inclusive language for LGBTQ and veterans, making sure that that's equal across all parts of the city, because it's like a patchwork right now for protections. So that's one thing. Just making sure that's even all the way across. And then on the Human Rights Commission, it's really hard to submit a human rights complaint.
Yep.
And so I'm on the subcommittee that's actually looking at that process and taking best practices from other cities and seeing what they're doing and just making it easier to make sure that we're hearing the voice. And so then whatever complaints or recommendations we get, we'll bring back to you guys.
Awesome.
We're actually working on that.
Yeah, we
so
have.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll definitely make sure that we get a draft in front of you for both of the things you mentioned.
Oh, that's
Because we
perfect.
did find potentially almost like a one-word fix for the complaint language.
Nice.
Which would be really exciting. Yeah.
And then just the one last thing, you asked, so I'm gonna answer. The ability to actually call in to be able to give a vote if you're gonna be out. I'm on maternity leave right now, and I've
Too.
Yeah, I know, that's why I wanted to emphasize this part. I've actually brought my baby to some of the commission meetings at 4 weeks old, and I've actually had to nurse in one of them. So if there was the ability to update some of the legal language to be able to call in, I think that
That's
would be
state level.
super
Is that
helpful.
state level?
It's state.
That's where. So
So I need to go to the state for that.
that said, though, I think that's
Maybe
something
we all
that.
could go to the state for that.
No, but that said, that is something that I'm glad you surfaced. Maybe that's something that across the commissions and council we could work on, because I know that's come up federally as well, where it's an accessibility issue. It can really keep like new parents from being able to fully participate or run for office. So
Yeah.
like,
It's
elder care,
during
Yeah.
during COVID, we did
the
do
emergency.
We did the emergency, and it was so nice to do that, but then they reverted back. There was a big thing on the floor because I'm a house rep, and because I was one keeping in place. I mean, this is
Especially
crazy.
for like rural counties where, you
Yeah.
know,
Takes
Or there's-
6
or
hours
there's
to get
a
there.
weather event too,
Yep.
there's a lot. It sounds like there's enough interest that we should all keep.
That's a
working
good
on
one.
that.
That would be a good one.
I just
Council-
wanted to say thank you for continuing to serve. You're a busy lady. Congratulations on another baby. And you're one of the representatives on these authorities, boards, and commissions from District 7. We're a little underrepresented, so thank you for being willing to continue on even with all the demands on your personal life.
Which, that's another thing we're looking at, is looking at all of the commissions, and then seeing like where everybody is, and then where are we underrepresented in what demographic, and what district, and what voice are we not having at the table, so we're not hearing. And that's something we're discussing and working on the Human Rights Commission this year.
Yeah, districts 4 and 9 are overrepresented across the ABCs.
We're sorry.
Last I looked, the city was not tracking that in a way that was friendly to just see,
There
and
was
so.
an audit in 2015 of this,
Oh,
and not since.
I mean,
so.
in recent years, I just personally started a passion project of tracking it on a like Google Doc, so
Yeah.
happy to pass that along. I don't know how up to date it is, but because I was feeling, you know, intuitively that I didn't see a lot of District 6 coming, or 6, 7, 3 coming through, so I really wanted to not be on a hunch, and so I just pulled agendas and started dropping
Gotta
them
make
into a Google
deals.
sheet.
Yeah.
Huh?
You gotta make deals.
I don't know what it is, but I just think the more across the city.
You're
Yeah.
speaking to the guy that does make deals.
Yeah, across the city perspective, obviously you work downtown, so, I mean, we travel the city, we travel beyond the city, but District 7 has historically been underrepresented, so thank you. We actually picked up their neighborhood through the redistricting of District 6, so
Yep.
in any event, 6 and 7 and 2 and 3 are underrepresented. I think 1's coming along, but thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, Counselor.
We know each other, we work.
We
for the
work
same
together. You got
company.
2 Lumen
Yep.
people here.
Yep, so.
But wait, not from the
Obviously,
show
thank you for
severance.
serving.
Not from Severance. No.
Yeah, just like Counselor Declan Wright said, it is a challenge, getting folks to serve in my district. And so,
Yeah, but time freedom.
being willing to continue serving, I see you have a flaw here, though, that you only attended 4 of 5 meetings. So I just want to
Maybe.
point that out.
I was giving birth, I think, on one of the days, but I was like, I really can't
dare
attend this
you.
one.
A flaw's a flaw, Desiree. Don't try to talk your way through
Knowing
it.
Desiree, she probably would have zoomed in if it would have been legal.
So anyway, thank you for continuing to serve. It is a challenge to get people to serve, so obviously it's important to you, like you said, you're passionate about it, so I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys all listening and being here and asking questions, and anytime I reach out, like, you guys are very helpful, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's nice whenever you're volunteering and the work and the energy that you're giving is being received and reciprocated by your representatives, so thank you guys.
You're welcome. Well, thank you. Anybody else? We good? We will be voting on you at the 5 o'clock meeting on the 17th if you want to be there.
Okay,
You don't have to be, but if you want to, you can and speak.
all right, perfect.
All
On
right.
17th.
17th.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Like, congratulations, back to 80.
Thank you, all right, I'll get you guys.
See ya.
Bye, Desiree.
All right, number 3, Sharissa Jacobs, reappointment to the Tulsa Women's Commission. Come on up. Hello. Welcome, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you. My name is Sharissa Jacobs. I teach art at McLean High School. Just left them to demonstration and ran over here. Yeah, I absolutely love serving on the committee. It's wonderful to be around other amazing people that represent different perspectives. But for me, being able to learn about resources that I can take back to my students and to the community up near McLean, and then that being even more interconnected, and learning what they need and being a voice for them. And also myself, being a single woman, 3 kiddos, and working, it's been a real blessing to be just amongst other professional women in learning. Yeah, and I've lived in Tulsa all my life. I love Tulsa. And so anything that I can be a part of that makes Tulsa a better place to live and do life and raise your family, like, that's what I'm all about. I'm also an artist, and I paint at Utica Square and work with Royce Meyer Gallery. And so it's just also been so special. And like I said, just feeling support. Like, man, it's just been beautiful. So I'd love to reapply and rejoin, and there we have it.
I love your energy, so
Thank
thank
you.
you for serving. Anybody?
Yeah, I wanna know why my art isn't valuable.
Oh, who
compare.
said that?
And why haven't
My
we
art
seen
teachers.
it?
Yes.
Would you like to bring some samples?
Yeah,
to
I'm
the-
just curious,
Right?
what, so as an art teacher, how do we determine, I know,
This is like a
wait,
great question, I
let me
don't even know
finish
what
my
it is.
question.
All right.
How does society determine what's refrigerator art and what is considered genuine? How do we do that?
It's really wild because what I love showing my students, like the journeys of other artists. I mean, honestly, I like showing them artists that look like them. So we'll study like Basquiat, and I'm like, okay, let's look at his work.
Okay,
If you didn't know who he was, and you saw, now his paintings are very large, but if you saw one of the smaller scale ones, you might think, oh, I could do that. But I would tell them, but you didn't do that. He did it. And like
Just
he
very expensive
and,
scribbles.
well, and he believed in it. And now I think he has one of the most expensive paintings
Oh, yeah.
ever. And he believed in it. So I tell my students, be prolific, stand by your work. But being prolific is a big part. Keep pumping it out, but also stand by it. And man, it takes one person to say it's amazing.
just one person?
Literally.
Art is in the
Well,
eye
That's
of
what
the
the
talking
refrigerator's
literally.
for, right?
Basquiat does amazing branding too.
I know, right?
I was just
Yeah.
curious about that, cause as an art
Chris, your art
teacher,
is great.
right, I'm always curious about,
You're an art teacher?
I don't know.
Oh, you're talking to me. I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
gotta stay
If you
with
saw
I know,
my
right?
art, now you know why it's refrigerator art.
Okay,
He can't even draw a stick
hey, but
person.
you know, I tell
Yeah.
also, if you take that art and you frame it right, and you have like
Oh my
two
gosh, I
others
love
that look
this answer.
similar, there's a series.
Are you
And-
getting this, Kevin?
And it might look good on the wall. I always tell my students, I'm like, it doesn't have to be representational art. It just has to be a good design that people are like, that feels good on the wall. Let's make art that feels good on the wall
I
and
think
frame
the
it.
council
Oh,
needs
look
to go
at
to
that.
Pheno's
No.
Palette.
Yeah,
Right, I know.
I'm just curious how
See what
people
Counselor
made,
Bagel's got.
how society
You
made
know what
that
my Pinot's
determination.
Art is really individual.
Can you note down, Rory, that for another agenda item, we want to do a show and tell of art from Counselor Becker?
But he's excited to reappoint you to the Women's Commission.
Look,
That brings it back
the
to
Cybertruck
the-
is a very good representation of my art.
All right, back on topic. Thank you so much for being a teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here and putting up with us, and thank you for wanting to serve. We
Yeah,
will be
artist.
voting on you on the 17th as well at 5 o'clock if you'd like to be there. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you.
I'll walk out with you because I'm out of childcare for the day.
Okay.
Speaking of
Now
our
we can
last
like
item.
zoom in.
Yeah. Oh, if only.
Okay, item number 4, ordinance providing the issuance of general obligation bond series 2025A in the sum of $107,775 by the city of Tulsa, blah, blah, blah. It's good enough.
Chad
Tell us what
Becker-
you're doing.
Chad Becker from Treasury. What you have here today for consideration, or actually this evening for first consideration, is a procedural item related to our GO bond sale, which, if you'll recall, back on August 27th, I was before you and you approved a resolution to authorize that GO bond sale. That sale is set for next Wednesday, the 17th. So on the 17th, we will conduct our competitive sale, and then I'll be back before you to bring you the results of that sale in the form of a resolution to approve. And in tandem with that resolution is this ordinance, which provides for the registration of the bonds, and more importantly, allows the city to levy the annual ad valorem tax for repayment of the principal and interest on those bonds. So this ordinance will be on for first reading tonight, and then second reading next week in conjunction with the resolution to award the sale.
Great.
And we ask for.
That was better than blah, 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 so thank you. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 5, resolution adopting the City of Tulsa program for public information and flood insurance coverage, improvement plan update for 2025, and program for public information and flood insurance coverage annual evaluation report for 2024 to 2025. And who do we have here?
Good afternoon, I'm Joan Gosvick. I'm with the Water and Sewer Department. And we've got 3 items, so 5, 6, and 7. They are all related to our community rating system program. So the community rating system, Tulsa.
You want me to go ahead? Let me, hang on,
Okay.
Joan, let me read then number 6. Resolution adopting the City of Tulsa floodplain management plan and repetitive loss area analysis annual progress report of the City of Tulsa, providing the copies of the said plan. Number 7, resolution adopting the 2025 City of Tulsa flood recognition and response plan as the official flood recognition and response plan of the City of Tulsa, and providing that the copies of said plan be filed with the City of Tulsa. So since they're all related, I'll let
So
you
the-
go ahead. Thank you.
So they're all related to our community rating system program. City of Tulsa is a Class 1 city, and in the National Flood Insurance Program. And by being Class 1, it provides our citizens with a 45% discount on their flood insurance. Flood insurance is required on a lot of mortgages when you buy a house that is impacted by the special flood hazard area, located within it. Or any citizens of Tulsa can buy flood insurance within the city, and also receive the discount that's afforded from our participation in the community rating system program. So the 3 items that we have resolutions for are annual requirements for this program. The first one is our program for public information. So our program for public information consists of a PPI committee who reviews and evaluates the information that we provide to the public. And then activities and events, it identifies information that will be in City Live. It identifies information that's going to be on our website. We also send out letters during the year for people who live in an area protected by the levee, for people who live in the special flood hazard area, and for people who have been subject or are in the vicinity of repetitive losses. We develop brochures that we use at community events, that we make available to the public in the library, that we make available to the public online. So what this document says is it's an update to our program that was, the last program was adopted in 2020, and we are required to update it every 5 years. So we've updated the document that states what we're going to do, and it details all of the areas that we're communicating within. And then it also looks at our progress from the 2024-2025 year. We're currently in the 2nd year of our cycle, so we go through a 3-year verification cycle, 2 certifications years, and then next year will be a verification year in 2026. It will also be our 35th anniversary of being in the program. The second document is the flood management planning and the repetitive loss area analysis. So City of Tulsa this is an annual required plan that we look at repetitive loss. We download, it's based on the structures in the City of Tulsa that are insured by the National Flood Insurance Program. So we have about 1,000 national flood insurance policies in the City of Tulsa. There's probably a lot of other people that have private flood insurance policies, and we don't have a way to aggregate them and pull them from their insurers. But we have 57 repetitive loss areas that we monitor. Repetitive losses are defined as 2 losses of greater than $1,000 in a 10-year period. And then, so we monitor these areas and look at projects that might be needed to address flooding that's related to repetitive loss. Because kind of the whole purpose of the community rating system program is, one, to implement mapping and higher standards, but also to mitigate flood losses, because the National Flood Insurance Policy wants people to buy flood insurance, and they want us to do everything we can to make sure people don't flood.
So can I ask you a question on that real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
So the Perryman ditch issue, it's in D9.
Uh-huh.
With this watershed issue, like a lot of these homes have been flooding over and over again.
We
So
recently.
is this what we're kind of talking about?
Well, one thing to be said there is that everyone who lives in that area can purchase flood insurance.
Right.
And this program would allow them to receive a significant discount. That would provide them some cost coverage in the case of losses. We have also updated the master drainage plan for the Perryman ditch.
Yes.
And developed drainage-sensitive areas, so that mapping further defined kind of the depth of flooding
Mhm.
in that area from our previous plans. So we've got better data. As far as, I know we've got, our design group has a list of, we've got a backlog of about $2.5 billion worth of projects generated from master drainage plans.
Yep.
But they have been putting together a report because this year was so wet,
Yes.
of 311 complaints, complaints that are related to storm drainage systems. And they will be presenting that to the Stormwater Drainage Advisory Board probably in October.
In October?
So
Okay.
they're
Thank you.
reviewing that.
Thank you.
And then the third plan, the item 7, is the flood recognition and response plan. And this is really a communication plan of how we communicate with the public when there is a potential emergency. So it talks about, levels of flooding and how we would get the message out between the news crews, the social media, what would be on our website, all of the information that's already available on the websites about providing emergency response plans, what warnings and watches mean, et cetera. And I think one of the focus areas of our PPI this year is we are planning to have another flood expo this year that we're targeting March of 2026. But we're continuing to look for ways to effectively communicate with the public about flooding and other hazards that are part of our hazard mitigation plan. But this does outline the approach that TEMA, the Tulsa County, and the City of Tulsa will take to communicate flooding and how we monitor for it and the information that we have. This is also a requirement that our previous plan was from 2015, so this is an update of our 2015 plan and reflects the current status of implementing a communication plan for flooding.
Great. Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you.
I
So
appreciate it. Thank you.
These will, from here, this is on city council next week then, normally?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
17th.
thank you, I just.
Yes, next week.
17th.
17th.
Thank
Yes.
you.
At 5 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, number 8, resolution authorizing condemnation of property owned by AFI Properties LLC located at 1501 South Knoxville Avenue, Sunrise Terrace Edition. And existing public necessity requires the acquisition of a sidewalk easement for the arterial street rehab. Mr. Zachary. You're up.
Good afternoon, Paul Zachary, Public Works Department. We do have an arterial street rehabilitation project on 15th Street from Harvard to Yale. And this is actually just to get a corner piece so that we can get a ADA ramp constructed. Value of the property is a large $400, but we have been now 15 months trying to get the owner to respond to us. We've got 3 different addresses, we've got phone numbers, we've contacted, we've gone through the courts network, we've done about everything we can, and we need to get this project underway. It's not any kind of a disagreement on value or anything like that, it's just we literally cannot get the owner to respond to us. So we're asking to go this way, just to let the judge let us put some money in somewhere and let them figure out who gets to cash the check. But that's why we're here, we're just asking for your all's approval through a resolution to allow us to go into eminent domain to get the owner's attention so we can get this project underway.
Any question? Okay. Number 9, license agreement between the City of Tulsa and James R. Higgins and Holly C. Berry for property located on Mr. Zachary's favorite street. on
Wait,
South-
which favorite street was this one?
Yours, in my little neighborhood.
Well, your neighborhood's our favorite.
I know.
Not just that street.
Really now?
Ranch Acres Edition to install, use,
Air
and
quote
maintain
favorite.
a split wood fence.
Yes, ma'am. These folks have spent a lot of money on this house in this area, and to get it out of the floodplain, they moved it forward to the street, and they had a really small front yard, and they would like to have some kind of a fence or a barrier. So they've gone through Board of Adjustment, they got the setbacks all established, but they have a split rail fence that's gonna be put on 2x2 posts. And we don't really have an issue with it, and nobody offered any objections, but this is basically, they said, well, we can take the wood post down if we need to get there, and we've also said, well, if our water line breaks and we dig a big hole, and one of your columns teeters, that's not us. So it's really a formal notice to them that that's theirs, and they were good with it, and they thought they'd mitigate their chances of major expense by doing a split rail type fence. And it's still gonna be almost 11 feet off the back of curb, so it's really our standard. It's a 60-foot wide street, so we can do this. And we think we achieve what they want, just so they don't feel like they step off their front door right out into the street. So we think we got to a good solution, and they are aware that anything that happens out there is at risk, but we don't feel like it's imminent failure or issues on it. But they did it right. They went through Board of Adjustment, got their setbacks all taken care of, so we applaud that. So we would ask for your approval of that license agreement.
I agree, thank you. I have to run upstairs, so I'm gonna turn the meeting over to Counselor Dett for the last 2, and call to the principal's office.
Okay,
Again.
item number 10,
Erasers.
license agreement between the City of Tulsa and Frank W. Fellers Jr. Revocable Trust dated April 19th, 2018 for property located at 305 South Kenosha Ave, Lot 10, Hodge Addition, to install and maintain multi-sized landscape rocks. Ooh, sounds like downtown. Within the street right-of-way. Council District 4.
These are landscape rocks.
Oh, they
They're not,
are,
yeah,
they're not the
right.
boulders?
No boulders.
Okay.
This building, there on Kenosha, is being redone, and they have in between their building and the sidewalk, these decorative rocks, and they're on the attachments if you guys care to look at it. But out in between the curb and between the back of curb and sidewalk, as opposed to having a grass strip there, they're asking to put in the same rocks that they have in between the sidewalk and their building. And they're not gonna be an issue for any utilities, but again, if PSO sticks a pole or we have to dig in there, we pull their rocks to the side and then they can put them back. We're not gonna be replacing these. It'll be a nice look. We got a good ADA sidewalk right through the middle of it, so we recommend approval of this, and this takes away any kind of issues we have with maintaining grass in this area and that kind of stuff, so I think it'll clean it up.
Are they natural stone?
Yeah, it's a mixed color, it really looks pretty attractive. It's rounded rock, so I think it'll be a good look. It'll be consistent across the front of their building, so I think it'll be a good deal.
Well, very good, thank you, Paul.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, moving on to item number 11. Discussion on the selection of 2 city councilors to serve on the independent review panel for Vision Arts 7 grant applications. Alrighty, and who do we have?
Me.
And we have Miss Sarah at the table. Hello.
I put this on the agenda because, so just for the viewers at home, Vision Arts was a program funded out of the 2017, 16-17 Vision package. It is $150,000 a year that arts grants are put out for the purpose of economic development with the arts. And so you have an ordinance that sets up an independent review panel that does an initial evaluation of the arts programs that apply, It then goes to the Arts Commission and then to the mayor for the final selection. And so by ordinance, 2 city councilors sit on the independent review panel, so it's that time of year to select those. So next week on the agenda, you would actually vote. But if anybody was interested in serving in that role, then it'd be a good time to go ahead and put yourself out there, if you are interested in serving in that role. So just giving you an overview that would be coming up.
Who served on 6?
Counselor Dutton and Counselor Bellis on this last round, yeah. And then before, I think Counselor Dr. Wright has been on the panel and Counselor Patrick in the
Yeah.
past.
Okay, that's who I thought it was before.
Are you
For some
signing
reason
up?
In my head.
Counselor?
Yeah. I mean, kind of judge.
I mean,
Talk about the art, yeah.
yeah, that'll be
Anybody
good.
with-
I know, good
anybody with
experience for
Any
you.
artistic ability, they would be, I would vote for them all, so, yeah, I'm not a good judge.
You do need to be available to read quite a few applications, I
Yes.
believe, and be a part of a few, it's more than one meeting, that they go through this process, so,
Yes, it's a commitment. It's a commitment. And it is some reading and
right.
determination.
So you don't have to decide,
criteria.
Obviously now, but if you are interested, you might kind of put your name out there, or be prepared to nominate a friend,
Yeah.
next week, so.
Can we just nominate people who aren't here now?
I think you could put forward I think this person would be a good person to sit on the committee.
Is Dr. Wright conflicted?
She is stepping away from the process.
Yes. So now we're down to 8. Do you want to do it?
But then there were 8.
I will do it again.
You said there's.
Okay, there we go.
It
Right
is,
on one.
it is
Now
nice
we're down
to leave at
7.
least one person consistent, because, so the panel's not a complete overturned panel.
Yeah,
I have
I mean, there's
received
a
that
learning
feedback
curve
before.
for all that, so, yeah, I don't mind.
I mean, it's fine for 2 people to be consistent
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
so.
So, Counselor Lakin, you want to join me?
He wouldn't be a good one either.
No, I got too many conflicts. Too many grantees already.
So now we're down to 7.
Hey, Gilbert, she just came in because she wanted to volunteer for it.
That's what I heard.
You mean a grand interest?
I have not asked Counselor Bellis if she's interested in doing it again. She did it last year.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but,
Great.
that's it. That's it for me.
Thank you.
Yep.
Who are the
Appreciate
appointees?
that.
Well, so far Counselor Dutton has expressed interest in it, so.
Okay.
Can we make Mike do it?
The ordinance doesn't provide for designees, but, but we can always change ordinances.
We can.
He just looked guilty back there somehow.
It's really a great process in that you actually get to see local artists' names maybe that you wouldn't normally consider in the art realm.
Like Christian Bingle.
Yeah.
He's an
The
emerging,
artist.
he's an emerging
Kind
artist.
of artist.
The artist formerly known as
He's
Christian
starting on
Bingle.
refrigerators.
We create a symbol for you.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed that conversation.
It's just,
Thank
just,
you.
You're welcome.
Oh, man. I'm bummed.
Alrighty, moving on to item 12, we are adjourned.
I asked